It's not been a long time because time is not a factor anymore. It is not a part of the journey anymore because a journey is never meant to have an end. It's only meant to have beginnings. And that is what we call the perspective shift. And as soon as your perspective shifts, you perceive this entire journey for its in-between process. And it's ongoing. And it's infinite. What do you think is infinity? Do you feel like it's a horizon that you cannot reach, no matter how fast you run towards it? I had a lot of questions on my mind today when I was thinking about this. And I also manifested a show that, watching it, made me realize how the journey just never ends. It just keeps going. And the past does not really matter anymore because it is only the foundation of the past which supports the entire structuring, the entire pattern that we perceive in the very present moment. And that pattern is what matters right now. It is not the past that really matters because it's already done. It's already extinguished, diminished into a pattern. But the present moment is much beyond that. Obviously, I'm not trying to describe the present moment here. I'm just saying this is what's present, and you are also present with it. And your presence itself is infinity because the moment you realize that you're present within this moment right now, you also feel your awareness expanding as you reflect. Each reflection shows you the growth, the evolution, the expansion within your own mind space. And that happens automatically. It literally requires no effort. The only effort it requires is for you to be present. The questions I thought about can be really ambiguous in nature, but I'll say them anyway. So I ask you, why do some beings always seek for an ending in anything? I thought about this question for a while, and then I realized there is not really any ending that happens. Doesn't matter if you end a cycle, you end a pattern. It just shifts into another pattern, which is what you call your new beginning. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. It can only transform from one form to another. And if you take the fact that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, you realize that this all physical reality is simply a reflection of your own expansion. And the reason why we call this a journey is not because it's supposed to have an end. The journey never has an end because your expansion is not supposed to have an ending to it. It's never meant to stop. It's ever expanding. Your consciousness is ever evolving. And what you reflect is what you truly create for yourself through this evolution process. And the more you truly reflect upon this, what I'm talking about, the more you'll realize how every little thing is so connected. And all it requires, truly, is merely your presence to transform that something into an ever-evolving thing. And that depends on your focus as well. So, my journey so far has been like that. I have not been focusing on just one form of alchemy anymore. Well, I used to in the past. But now it's shifting, it's ever evolving, as I've noticed. I keep shifting, I keep changing, I keep becoming. What am I becoming? I don't know. I'm sure I don't know. It's the journey of the unknown and the known. And what I truly know is that I'm here, I'm present, and I'm becoming. Do I need to explain everything? No. Ask and you shall receive. It's a process. There's no end to it. You may ask, why is there no end to it? The journey itself becomes the answer. You have to keep going to figure that out. And I keep listening to my higher self speak about that. She tells me, and she keeps telling me, just keep going. Let it be. Let yourself just be. And let everything else just be. You'll figure it out eventually. So that's what I've been doing. And in the present moment, I've been also focusing on a lot of interesting abilities. Air is the element of freedom, of non-resistance. It is perhaps even more fluid than water itself, because water can also be viscous, but air is just air. The moment you feel the breeze, you realize what it feels like to truly be alive at that moment. And that's why the journey itself answers that question. Why is there no end? Why can I not find the end, no matter how much I seek it? And that show which I was watching also made sense because the main character in that show was saying that the greatest joy of magic is in searching for it. It's in seeking for it. So what that means is that the joy of true magic itself lies, it's all within you. It is like a driving force, it is like a motivation. That motivation to seek for something new. is what keeps your magic alive. It is what keeps you going. And that's where you will also find your greatest joy. And that just made a lot of sense to me. We're here to go beyond the journey's end. The end is simply a door, and that door may seem like a limitation. That door may seem like a dead end. But you'll have to figure it out using your inner compass, your intuition, and break through, no matter how much it hurts. Fly beyond the limits. Fly away into the space of freedom.